that's correct.
It's up to them whether they want to do DNA analysis.
Yes.
Okay. And sir, you know, in looking at a scene, sometimes you see an item that may be blood, it could be something else.
That's accurate.
Looking at that shirt and the shorts, as a trained law enforcement officer who's seen blood, it was clear to you there was obvious blood on those shorts and that shirt.
Objection, speculation, and foundation. Overruled.
It appeared to be suspected blood, yes.
When you looked at it, did you say that's suspected blood, or did you say to yourself, that's blood?
Well, I can't say one way or the other it's blood. You know and I know that. I can't say that blood, but it had a distinctive smell that may have indicated it could have been suspected blood.
Did not appear that anyone had tried to wash those shorts or shirt, correct?
Yes, they did not appear there was an attempt to wash those.
They appeared to be dirty, soiled clothing.
Yes.
And this photo right here, 99, that is how the hamper looked when you first encountered it.
I believe so.
So, sir, if someone were to say that there was absolutely no blood found at the Hawthorne residence, would that be a true statement or not?
Objection, argumentative.
Overruled.
It's not for me to say whether it's blood or not. I mean, unless it's properly tested.
Okay. You had to bet everything you own on what you saw. Was there blood at that residence, yes or no, based on your opinion and what you saw?
Objection, argumentative.
Overruled.
Once again, I don't make that presumption. I mean, I can sit here and tell you, like, I think it's blood, but I don't know for certain it's blood.
Let's see. Sir, you have been a law enforcement officer for how many years?
26 years.
Have you seen blood?
I have.
Have you smelled blood?
Yes, I have.
You've seen blood at crime scenes.
I have.
You've probably seen blood when you've cut yourself.
Absolutely.
So you're familiar with what blood looks like.
Yes.
And you're familiar with how blood can get on clothing
Yes.
and the patterns it can leave.
Yes.
So I'm asking for your opinion. I know it hasn't been tested, but the shirt and shorts that was in that hamper, was there blood on it, in your opinion?
In my opinion, there probably was blood.
Okay, let me stop you there. Do you have more questions?
No, I'm done.
Okay, he's done. Any regret?
Briefly.
Agent Pope, was there also paint in that room?
I don't recall.
No, I'm gonna stop it. Mr. Pope, we're gonna bring you back, okay? We don't have a lot of questions for you, but I don't wanna rush the attorney.
Okay,
Your testimony is important to the court, and I wanna give them an opportunity to ask final follow-up questions. So, and I promise this jury they don't run over, because this way they can make commitments. So thank you, we'll see you back to start at 1:30, we won't have much for you. Thank
Okay.
you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, three-part admonition. Do not form any opinions, do not discuss this case other than scheduling, and do not research it. Thank you for your service this morning, we'll see you this afternoon. If you wanna finish your questioning, and then I'll give Mr. Moore his chance.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. So this is continued cross for the record.
Mr. Pope, when we left off, I was asking about the clothing items found in that hamper that was depicted in the photograph.
Yes.
And in the photographs that were shown to you by the prosecution, did it include what was in that hamper?
I believe it was just the exterior of the hamper that was shown.
I'm I'm going to show you what's been marked Defense Exhibit G. There's going to be 10 photographs. I'm just going to ask you to scroll through them, don't say anything, and then let me know if you recognize them. So I'm starting with G1, and there's a little arrow right there. If you can just scroll through them, and when you're done, let me know.
It's not scrolling.
It may not be a touch screen. I do that
Yeah.
all the time.
It doesn't like
Okay.
computers, sir.
My wife gives me the computer, I'm sitting doing this, it's not touch.
You do have to use the pad.
I got it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Sir, do you recognize those photographs?
Yes.
Were those photographs taken during the search of Hawthorne, the Hawthorne Lane residence?
Yes.
Were you present when those photographs were taken?
Not necessarily. Like I said, I was, supervising the crime scene. So sometimes I'd be in the room, sometimes I may not have been in the room. So
But you recognize each item
yes,
that was photographed?
yes,
And it's an accurate depiction of how those items appeared on that day?
yes,
And those photographs I showed you includes the items inside the hamper
yes,
that you testified earlier may have blood on it.
yes.
Permission to publish, Your Honor?
Granted.
Sir, I'm showing you what's been marked Defense Exhibit G1. This is a photograph of the closet,
Yes,
and you see the gray hamper in the closet,
yes,
and the closet door is open.
yes,
This is how the closet looked when you entered the room.
best of my recollection, yes.
And I'm showing you what's been marked Defense Exhibit E, G2. This is a photograph looking at the clothing in the closet. In
Yes,
the hamper, excuse me.
yes,
And there appears to be a green t-shirt.
yes,
There appears to be a white pair of shorts.
yes,
That white pair of shorts has a red stain on it.
yes, it does.
And based on just your experience with blood, that appears as though it may be blood.
Yes,
So you, because it appeared to be blood, you decided to have the items removed from the hamper and inspected individually. Showing you what's been marked Exhibit G3. This appears to be a pair of shorts
yes,
with a red band around the waist.
yes,
And earlier, when you were looking at the hamper from a distance, you could see the red band inside the hamper.
yes,
And does this, scrolling in, appears to be the back of the shorts? If you can see where the
Yes.
drawstring is.
yes,
So on the back right leg, just above where the short cuts off, there appears to be a large blood stain.
it appears to be a large blood stain, yes.
And scrolling over onto the left side of the pants, shorts on the back side, there appears to be additional smaller blood stains.
Yes, it appears to that there.
And when you were looking at this, based on your experience seeing blood, it appeared to you that these were blood stains.
Yes, at that time, it appeared to be blood stains.
showing you what's been marked Defense Exhibit G4. This is the front of the shorts.
Yes, it appears to be the front of the shorts.
And there appears to be a large blood stain on the bottom right side of the shorts.
Yes,
And there appears to be smaller blood stains all over the front of the shorts.
yes. It appears to be there inside out too.
Oh, so this is actually the shorts being turned inside out?
Yeah, I believe that's how they found them in the hamper. You can see the pockets on them.
And you can see, when you saw this, did this appear to be paint to you, or did that appear to be blood?
At the time we took it because it appeared to be blood.
Showing you what's been marked Defense Exhibit G. Is this a green shirt that was found in the hamper?
Yes,
This is G5.
yes,
And there does appear to be stains on the top of the collar that appear consistent with blood.
yes,
Does there also appear to be stains at the bottom of the shirt on the front that appear to be consistent with blood?
yes,
And when you inspected it at the time, it appeared to you that it was likely blood.
at the time, yes.
Anything you're seeing so far today changing your opinion that it was likely blood?
I mean, it's suspected, but I mean, it definitely had a distinctive smell in the hamper, and that was the other reason why we took it.
And by distinctive smell, you mean the smell of blood?
Not necessarily, I wouldn't say it was blood, but it was, I don't know how long the item was in there. It could have been in some sort of state of decay or, you know,
The clothing had an odor.
yes,
It clearly had not been washed.
yes,
And although you would have described the smell of blood, some sort of decaying,
it was an odor, yeah.
was it a strong odor?
I wouldn't say it was strong, it was moderate. It wasn't pungent. There was a smell.
But it was an odor that you noticed.
Yes,
Showing you what's been marked. This is G6. Again, there appears to be some blood stains on the top of the shirt.
yes,
And once again, on the bottom, there appears to be blood stains.
yes,
And as we see, these items were removed from the hamper, placed on butcher paper, and then photographed with a ruler to provide scale.
that's correct.
And once you completed that, these were packaged, up,
Yes,
and they were given to the Davis Police Department.
yes, those items should have been on the receipt that they signed for possession of the property.
And once these items are given to the Davis Police Department, the decision to do what to do with them is up entirely to the Davis Police Department.
Yes, that's up to the investigators what they want, how they want to dispose the evidence.
You have no role in that.
I do not.
So if these items were going to be tested to confirm that they were blood, that would be something the Davis Police Department would have to do.
Yes, that's correct.
If these items are going to be tested to determine if there was DNA and whose it was from, that is something the Davis Police Department would have to do.
Yes,
Once you completed the search and gave the items to the Davis Police Department, your role was done.
that is correct.
Showing what's been marked Defense Exhibit G7. This is the hamper, correct?
Yes,
And on the handle of the hamper, there appears to be a stain consistent with blood.
yes,
And so you photographed this.
yes,
And so based on your memory and looking at these photographs, these two items were the only clothing items in this hamper.
the shirt, the shorts, I believe so.
If there had been other items in the hamper, you would have documented that.
Yes,
And Defense Exhibit G7 with the suspected blood on the hamper, that was also packaged up and given to the Davis Police Department.
yes,
The person who took these items, was it an officer named Alex Torres?
That's correct.
But what Mr. Torres did with these items after you gave them to him, that's something you would have to ask him.
Yes.
You mentioned seeing possible blood stains on the bedding.
Yes.
Because the bedding was dark, it's hard to determine sometimes whether a stain is blood or not.
That's correct.
There can be many things that'll stain linens.
That's accurate.
So what you did, and this is Defense Exhibit G8, you put up yellow placards to identify locations where there may be suspected blood,
Yes.
and then those linens were ultimately packaged up as evidence.
I believe so.
But the responsibility for testing those potential spots, determine whether they're blood, that's with the Davis Police Department.
Yes.
And the responsibility for testing those items to see if there's DNA and who it belongs to, that's the responsibility of the Davis Police Department.
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked Defense Exhibit G9. This is a photo of Mr. Carlos Dominguez's bed.
Yes.
And as you, there appears to be a, can you dim the lights, perhaps? I don't know what you can see here. Does there appear to be a stain, some sort of stain?
Yes.
And just looking at the sheets, and I can show it to you again, they appear to be dirty.
Absolutely.
They don't appear that they've been washed for some time.
That's correct.
And so there were multiple stains on the bedding.
Yes.
And so the responsibility for testing those stains, determine whether it's blood or whether there's DNA, that is with the Davis Police Department.
Yes.
And this sheet was packaged up and given to Mr. Torres.
Yes.
Show me what's been marked Defense Exhibit G10. You mentioned there was a stain under the mattress?
Yes. Under the sheet.
Under the sheet. And so you know there are many things that can stain a mattress.
This is true.
Anyone who's raised kids often knows there's stained mattresses. You don't know, looking at this stain, whether it was blood or not.
No, it was there, and we took a photo of it, not knowing what it was. It appears to look like a red substance, so we took that, photoed it, and I believe we cut it out.
And that was given to the Davis Police Department.
Yes.
And it's their responsibility to test it.
Yes.
But you would agree this stain, it's a little more ambiguous as to whether it's blood or something else.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But looking at the sheets, not the sheets, the shorts, and based on your opinion, as a law enforcement officer with more than 20 years, seeing blood on clothing, being familiar with the smell of blood, and the pattern that blood can get on clothing, is it your opinion, based on what you saw, that these shorts and shirt had blood on them?
Yes, that's why we took them into evidence.
I have nothing further. Thank you, sir.
Okay, all right, that concludes cross, and now we'll turn to Mr. Demora for redirect.
Thank you, Your Honor. Agent Pope, when you were searching the residence with the other members of the ERT, and we've been focusing on room D, where Mr. Dominguez was living at the time, were there other rooms that photographs were taken of where he wasn't living?
Check down that scope.
I'm gonna allow reopen, so that would be, yes, cool.
Yes.
When you were going through the house, you said, or maybe you did say, but I'll ask it, did you go into room C, which had been identified as the bathroom?
Yes.
In the bathroom, did you see a towel in there?
I can't recollect if I did, but if it was in the photos, yes.
right, so looking at photograph 51, do you remember that being the bathroom?
Yes.
Do you see towels in there?
I believe I see one on the counter.
Is that something that you or Special Agent Mika McCain collected or observed?
Yes.
And did that have suspected blood on it from what you saw?
I can't recollect why we took it at this particular moment, but we took it, there may have been something on there.
For pieces of evidence that you saw may have had suspected blood in the bathroom, for toiletries and things like that, the towels, if it had suspected blood, do you recall taking those items or given evidence?
I believe that if we saw something that was suspected blood, we would have taken it at that time.
Going back to Mr. Dominguez's room where we're talking about those items of clothing that you did and gave over to Detective Torres, was that tracked iPhone that was on that cash tree, was that one of the items that you collected and turned over to Detective Torres?
Yes.
As well as the other phone, as well as the iPad and computer?
Yes.
How about the Crocs, those camo Crocs that were in there, those lightly colored ones, were those collected?
Were those in the closet? I know there was the multicolored, the white ones with the
Talk about the multicolored white ones.
Yes.
Those are my questions, thank you.
Okay, any recross on that? Okay, all right, then, sir, thank you for your testimony. I appreciate it, appreciate your patience with the court. Have a great day.
You do the same, sir.
Okay, People's Case in Chief, Mr. Demora, witness.
People call Sergeant Antonio. Oh, sorry. We're going to call one witness out of order. We're going to call Erica McAllister. Sorry.
Erica McAllister.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. How are you?